Welcome to Geek Out with Perry. Today, we're excited to announce a brand new feature that's available in Exchange Online and Office 365 that we think will help customers in their everyday lives, as well as benefit us in our energy efficiency efforts. So Perry, our servers generate a lot of excess heat. So what do we do with this excess heat?
Well, actually, it's an interesting question, and something I'm really excited to talk about. Usually our marketing miners have been very careful not to let us talk about any of our future-looking stuff. So this is going to be an exciting topic. Yeah, in our data centers, one of the biggest engineering problems is just the sheer quantity of heat that the servers make. Okay. And there's an awful lot of engineering that goes into efficiently pulling that heat out so the servers actually don't melt down.
Yep.
So in fact, for every kilowatt of hour of energy you put in, you have to pull a kilowatt hour out to keep the thing from melting down, and that takes even more power. So you end up spending 40% more electricity in some cases to, if you include all the cooling stuff. And then there's all this engineering and equipment to do the cooling work, which drives up the cost of our data centers. And that equipment needs power as well. So, we live in cold, wet Seattle, and we're thinking that, there's lots of opportunities here to use that heat a little bit more efficiently and drive down costs. So one of the things that occurred to us, and recently, you've seen some papers out in the general literature now about the idea of splitting up your data center into sets of servers that you put in people's homes. Okay. And then you could use the heat from those servers to help heat the homes. In places like Seattle, that's a huge win because it's always cold and rainy here.
So how does this technology work?
Right. Well, so when we started looking at this and started doing prototyping, one of the things we noticed was it was really hard to get a good win from it. There's a lack of bandwidth to people's houses. So you can't put very many servers in a particular house, right? Then it becomes very expensive to get the heat from those servers to the house. Right? You have to build ducting and that sort of stuff. And it turns out the cost of doing that was actually more than the amount of heat was going to be generated by the small number of servers that would fit the network bandwidth you could buy at the house level. Okay. So that didn't work out very well for it. So then we came up with the concept of having, more like a server that was a space heater. Okay. And we had a few prototypes in which, you put a server in a little enclosure on wheels, and you'd keep it in your house, and you'd move it around in the rooms that were warm. The problem we ran into with that was that they kept getting kicked and knocked and busted. So that wasn't working out very well. But recently we've had a lot of success with a new concept, and we actually got a prototype of it. We're calling it the cushion server. And basically what we've taken is a server, and we've embedded it inside of a nice, soft case that keeps it protected. You can literally drop it, and the server keeps functioning. But more importantly, it is really quite nice because it's nice and warm, and there's a small little vibration in it, and people have been really excited about getting these houses. You can sit on your couch and hug them, and you can feel how warm it is. And keeps you nice and cozy at night.
Can people customize fabrics or colors and stuff that they want?
Yeah, when we go to big scale, we're looking at a system for people to select the appropriate coverings on them. But the response to this has been fantastic. We've had one family that had one of these things for a couple months, and when we had to make some modifications and take the prototype back, we actually got a request when they could pay for the privilege of continuing to use it. Yeah, because the family cat kind of rules the roost there. This became its particular spot, and was starting to shred their drapes. So we think we actually might have a profit opportunity here to reduce costs even more by charging for these little room heaters, or and since the electricity is going to be needed anyway, it's completely a green story here, right? So
and it expands our redundancy.
Right. When we lose a data center, it's a pretty big deal. When you lose a server in a single house, the failover is pretty straightforward. So we're pretty excited about this. It helps make people's lives a little bit better. We're reusing the heat we're using. We don't need to spend money on pulling the heat out of data centers. Better redundancy, and it keeps people comforted and warm at night. So we're pretty excited about this.
This is a great use of technology, and also helps us become more green. I'm really excited about this feature. And thanks for watching. It seems that Exchange can make your life a lot warmer.